Los Angeles Chargers. Two teams trying to stake their claim to postseason football. Week 14 of the NFL is underway. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Herbert going to go to the air right away. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Sometimes you just got to marvel at how these guys can throw the football. He gave that everything he had, and it was right on the money.
And that's how you start a drive, because you know they have this play in their back pocket, waiting for the right time to unleash it. And boy, did they pick the right opportunity. Unleashed it big time, and that was also a big-time throw.
So how about this for a change in field position? From inside the 10, here's first down on the other side of the field. This defense for the Dolphins, they were excellent in that win over the 49ers last week.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and try to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
2 yards, good enough for a first.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield, because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. A terrific opening drive has them knocking on the door. First and goal. Eckler going to be hit and met at the line of scrimmage. They get him down at the 3. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
I don't know about you, Brandon, but I often think to myself, in these situations, I want a back who can create his own space, who can break tackles.
Touchdown, Chargers! DK Metcalf. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Hopkins with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So first and 10 now from the 30. Play action. Stafford sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Kyle Van Noy from his outside linebacker spot gets him down there for a loss of 4. And they get to him right out of the gate. And this defense hoping that that's a harbinger of things to come.
Yeah, when you give up a first-play sack, makes your quarterback wonder if he's going to go to the sidelines and talk with his offense coordinator and head coach and say, hey, you know that game plan we put together? We might need to change it right now.
They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down. Well executed there on second down. So do you go back to the air on third?
Well, that's a possibility. But now you've opened up things to where You showed that you would run the ball in long-distance situation. You might come back again because I doubt they believe you'll do it a second time.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
Plenty of things to talk about here, partner, but to me, their defense gave up a touchdown on the first drive. How about how they're responding, coming back? That's a big third down pickup to keep their drive alive.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Play action. Here's Stafford. He's going to fight his tight end. That's Hunter Long. And he is going to have the Dolphins first down as they're able to move the sticks with a gain of 4 on 3rd and inches. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now a play fake it at Stafford. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups. And they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Here's Stafford. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. How to get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. The kick by Sanders is good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
This taken in at the goal line. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. And careless with a football there on the kick return.
And one thing I love about going to practices is trying to get around coaches and hear their catchphrases and what they really emphasize. We haven't been to a single one yet this year where a guy fielding a kick, you don't hear, tuck it away, tuck it away, tuck it away. And this time, they turned it over.
Ball security eluded him. Stafford on first down. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. It's Dolphins football here as we begin the second quarter, as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Stafford finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A solid pickup at 13 sets him up 1st and goal. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Robbie Anderson, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Dolphins have moved out in front. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And the lead is now 10-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards. The Charger drive about to get going. And there, of course, was a lot of talk about this ball game coming into play. 2 division leaders in the AFC. Could this be a potential playoff preview down the line?
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about the talk about this game coming into play, you're talking about me, because I blew up your phone all week prior to this one. I was so excited about this game because, to me, it's not out of the realm of possibility that these two teams see each other again down the road. I like this matchup. They match up very well against each other.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
One of the great coaches said football is really a simple game. Rush theirs, protect yours. And he's talking about those guys throwing the football. In this situation, the rush one, hitting the quarterback and forcing him into an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he's got his tight end. That's Andrews. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Great way to convert on 3rd down there. 21 yards to play. Running on 1st down, Eckler. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. Out of the gun, Herbert. This is swung out to Eckler. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this ball incomplete. Looked very much to be a catchable ball. He could not hang on. 2nd down coming up.
Nice job escaping the pocket, and boy, he took the shot downfield towards the end zone, didn't he? Trying to go for 6. It just wasn't there against that coverage. They were ready to prevent the big play.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw pulled in by Jefferson. And he's brought down at the 19 after a gain of 19. 1st down in the red zone.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago, because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
Herbert's throw into the hands of Andrews. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
Herbert throwing again. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Chargers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a 1st down.
Herbert will give this one to Eckler. And he takes it in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 16th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Chargers are once again back in front. He finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead is now 14-10. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. So remember, Charles, last time they were out here, they scored, but they just saw the opposition score, and they're trailing right now, so they're trying to keep pace here. They need a touchdown drive.
Well, if you're a fan of offense, you're loving this, but if you're a fan of defense, this is tough to watch, and it's also tough to keep that up when you just watch your opponent march down the field on a scoring drive that lasts into double-digit snaps. You need a score here, not just to follow the momentum from your last drive, but put the onus back on your opponent. And that's what they're doing right now, swapping that onus back and forth.
Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Derwin James with a pick. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
Starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing, maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? You can have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Herbert. He'll find Metcalf. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. And now for him on the season, that is his 80th catch, and the result is a 1st down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 2nd and 9, Herbert. And he's got this to Jefferson. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Jalen Ramsey. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Boy, the coverage there, airtight as he comes away with the interception.
Love that observation there because they were taking a shot at the end zone, but you're right about the coverage. Absolutely tremendous. And this they could clip for a training tape. Staying with him down the field, locates the football in the air, and comes away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Stafford. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Looked like both sides were anticipating a quick throw there, and the defense was ready to jump in and deny it, and they did.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. Here's Stafford. Now, quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know that there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people off blitz.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. So a big return there, Charles, on what was a pretty dangerous throw to the outside.
It sure was, Brandon. That's the risk you run on a throw like this. If it's intercepted, a lot of times this is a pick 6. So good hustle to get back and get him down. But, boy, that's a throw you've really got to be sure of if you're going to work the perimeter of the field.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He's got exactly what you're looking for, the ability to not just diagnose a play and quickly, but to make a play as well. Nice job there tackling him for a loss.
On 2nd and 11 now. Herbert. Caught left side, Williams. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
The Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Chargers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Hopkins with the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And the fair catch is taken at about the 13-yard line here. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now a first down throw. Stafford flushed out right. On Stafford for the 3rd time is intercepted. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. An unfortunate sequence there, trying to get points before intermission, but now the interception, and their opponents have a chance to possibly pad their lead.
Yeah, they had an opportunity there, and they weren't able to capitalize on it, and that's something that could come back and haunt them later. They're begging their defense now to keep them from scoring before the half ends.
This one brought in by Jefferson. And they're going to move it down inside the 25. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this will be a 41-yarder. Hopkins' kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Dolphins down on the scoreboard, but they'll have it first as we get going in this third quarter. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And right out of the gate, they face what you'd think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start clawing back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. 23 yards on the play. On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And down to the 44, 5 yards that time.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
They'll fake the give. Now Stafford. And he'll air this one deep for Anderson. And this is caught. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Robbie Anderson, his second TD of the game and 18th of the year. And the Dolphins are back within a score. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And that cuts the lead to 24-17. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it right around the goal line. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
Take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Charger drive about to get going. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 42 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in the running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry.
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Going to throw on third down with Herbert. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. A gain of 22. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 32-yard line. Herbert now. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Even in today's NFL, when we think of the tight end position now as really a glorified wide receiver, we're still asking a lot of those guys. They have to block as well, and every now and then, they don't come down with the football.
Again, Herbert. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. Jalen Phillips in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. A long way to go here on third down for the 8th play of the drive. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 12-yard line. That was no 3rd and 2. That was 3rd and 16, but they get the conversion anyway. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They'll run out of the gun with Eckler. And he is going to lose yardage here. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Back to throw here, Herbert. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, no surprise there. He was looking for one of his favorite targets again as soon as he left the pocket. But the coverage was good downfield. They got right to the receiver and helped prevent that completion.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Here's Herbert. And this will be caught in the end zone for a Chargers touchdown. DK Metcalf with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chargers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point good by Hopkins. And the lead now up to 14.
Makes the score. Chargers 31. Dolphins 17.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. This is taken just shy of the 10. And able to get this out to the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Stafford's throw complete here, pulled in by Howard. So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be 2nd and a couple. Back to throw, Stafford. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Bryce Callahan. And the Chargers are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. Hey, it's not the most spectacular play, but I think most teams will take that every single time for the first play of a drive. Begin the series with positive yardage and set yourself up for a very manageable second down.
And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 16 times. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Herbert. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
And a short gain here down to the 22. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Throwing left side, it's complete. Touchdown! Justin Jefferson, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chargers are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Now it's Hopkins to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. It'll be a gain of 5. And they're going to have a 3rd down. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The Dolphins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Stafford. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. He'll wind up being stopped for no gain, and it'll lead to a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
Desperation time for Stafford on 4th down. That's into the hands of Khalif Raymond. And he will have a Dolphins 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Stafford. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. Dolphins. And the Chargers are in great shape here as they take over at the 46-yard line. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
I know we can't hear what's going on in that huddle right now, but I'll guarantee you at least one offensive lineman is saying, my bad, we simply couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage. We've got to do a better job trying to root those guys out of there.
Meanwhile, Herbert's throw going into the hands of Williams. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Herbert off of play action. Williams brings it in. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Eckler now between the tackles. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler punching it in from a yard away. And the Chargers are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Hopkins with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throw right side, caught by O.J. Howard. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Give him 12 yards there, and the Dolphins have a 1st down. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
On 1st down at Stafford. That'll be caught. It's the tight end, Howard. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. From the red zone now, Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Stafford now to throw. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Christian Wilkins, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
We all know he's one of the better quarterbacks in the league, but definitely not today. His team trailing by multiple touchdowns and a late sack. Just a parting gift from the defense for him to take back to the locker room with him.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball.
Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them holding them under 200 today.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. The Dolphins can't convert on 4th down. And the Charger defense stands tall, and they get the football back. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally, because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up, and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
At the 25-yard line.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Once more, here's Eckler. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
He was tackled at the 27-yard line. A 2-yard pickup. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Dolphins bring on an extra defensive back on 3rd down. Here's Herbert. This is intercepted. Picked up by Javon Holland. And the Dolphins are going to take possession of the football. That had disaster written all over it. You've got a right-handed quarterback, a rolling left, and throwing it pretty far downfield.
It's really difficult to do, to try and get your body twisted around into the proper position and get anything on the ball as you heave it downfield. And that's what it actually turns into, a heave. And that's not really a good throw, is it?
Not good, and we saw the result. Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. Gosh, you add up last week and this week now. That's 9 interceptions in this 2-game stretch, and we're not done here.
It's almost as if they can't even believe their eyes. Or maybe, partner, is the confidence level in him so high that they believe he'll get out of it and make plays for them to win a game.
Well, they've said they believe in him. That's being tested right here. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Here's 2nd and 10. They're going to pass here with Herbert. Pass is caught. It's Metcalf going across the field here. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Chargers have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Up the middle with Eckler, and he stopped immediately there. Bradley Chubb there on the tackle. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball,